Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. The so much more is like tonight. This is a members-only chat about the Real Housewives of Potomac. We will be doing our normal recap where everyone can be a part of the conversation, but you know, we started doing perks here on the YouTube channel, so I wanted to make it worth your while. So we're going to have a conversation, and of course, the Royal Court members, I'm going to be posting the StreamYard link for you guys to call in and share your thoughts on tonight's Potomac episode. This show is another really good one. Of course, they continue from Wendy's home and that whole situation. But we're gonna get into it. But let me give people an opportunity to get into the chat. I appreciate you all being here. Welcome to the Kempire. Team Kempire. Shout out to everyone. TikTok, what's going on? Shantae says Team Mia. All right, let me just post this in the StreamYard so that post this in the community tab. For those that are part of the Royal Court, I'll be posting the StreamYard link there. That way you'll have first access to our backstage, and I will be taking calls to hear your thoughts on tonight's episode. As I said before, we will be doing our official recap tomorrow where everyone, and of course the chat will be open to everyone that's not a member. As I said before, you don't have to become a member, but these are one of the perks of becoming a member. These sorts of, because we haven't done a after Real Housewives of Potomac live on a Sunday night. So we decided to do one tonight so I can hear what your thoughts are on this new episode. All right, let me just post this. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, let me just post this in the community tab for members. Okay, hold on. RHOP. Message link. Hold on, y'all. Let me just post this up. If you're just joining us, please like the video. These YouTube street... look, you know, I'm minding my business. And I'm just like, oh my God, what is going on this Sunday? Does the drama not take a break? Does the drama not take a break? Oh, Lord. All right, let me just post this up in the backstage link for you guys. Royal Court members, you'll have access to the backstage first. Let me just post this. And let me just make sure everything is right. All right, let's talk about it. So they start off from this episode at Wendy's house again for the conversation about Sing Sing. And of course, that is the theme of this episode. What the hell is Sing Sing? We already knew from last week on Watch What Happens Live, Karen pretty much said she thought it sounded good. I actually wish Karen knew what she was talking about in that regard, because then it would have just drove it home. You know what I mean? But we all know what she was probably trying to allude to, because Sing Sing is a prison. Was Giselle locked up for something? I think that's what she was trying to do, but she sort of backpedaled in the regards to that. So, exactly, Lonnie. I felt the same way. Sing Sing the prison? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, just making sure my volume is good. Oh, Lord, I already see people backstage. All right, let's get into this. We'll be taking calls in just a second. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're also live on Facebook, The Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We're live on Twitter at The Kempire, and we're live on Twitch at The Kempire, and we're live on TikTok. Head on over to one of those platforms. That way I'll be able to see all of the comments that you're posting. Shout out to all of our new Team Kempire members and our Royal Court members. As I said before, it's not a requirement. You're still getting daily and consistent hot topics, but a night like tonight, you're getting exclusive member chats only. So we're doing a after the show of the Real Housewives of Potomac, and it was a stellar episode. And I'm really shocked. Look, I'm really shocked that they're starting off with a bang. And they received really amazing ratings for their very first episode. Over 1 million and something they received. So congrats to the ladies over there. And it seems as if Bravo's pulling out all the stops. If you haven't seen the last couple of days, go check out those other videos that I've done on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and the casting being in shambles. The casting for Atlanta, they're still trying to figure things out. They're even considering bringing back Deshaun Snow from the first season. Remember, she didn't come back a second season, the first season. Well, we'll see, and we'll get into that in just a second. Hold on, y'all. Let me just make sure we're trying a few different things here on the channel. And look, you always gotta raise the bar. You always have to raise the bar. Let me take a sip. Okay, let's get into this. So the conversation continues, and Mia, look, I like Mia. I think Mia Thornton is a good addition because she represents what we love about the Real Housewives franchise. But in regards to her saying that Giselle has a beautiful, hold on, I wrote it down, a beautiful heart. I mean, I agree with Ashley. It's sort of like, that's your friend. Why are you defending your friend? But why is Dr. Wendy Asefo like a dog without a bone? It's just like, she's like a dog with a bone. There we go. Just like so pressed and bothered by Mia. It's similar to the energy that she gave Ashley when she first met Ashley. And so sort of like, and it continues all the way to the end of the episode. I saw what Eddie put. Eddie wanted to put Mia when you were playing that couples game at Karen's Love Lunch. That was actually, you know what? I have to give it to Karen. She hosted a very good love lunch. It was entertaining. There was some drama. I like G, aka Gordon. Based on the rumors that we heard, he's so good in the show that he should have been a housewife. Are we going to be calling him Patricia? Or Gina, since his name is Gordon? I don't know. Alani says, but Karen was not lying about Robin's fake relationship. She wasn't. We'll get into it. Let me just go over some of the things, and then I'm going to start taking some callers. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us. We're doing an after show, a special after show for members of our Team Kempire and Royal Court members of the Kempire Daily YouTube membership, something that we recently launched. And one of the promises for those perks was members only live chats. So shout out to Team Kempire. This is a little surprise perk. That's what I've been doing. If you haven't noticed, shout out to our Royal Court members. We've added the StreamYard backstage link. That wasn't a part of the perks that were listed. So I've been giving you some little surprise perks. So stay tuned for some more surprises as becoming a member of the channel. And I appreciate the support. Okay. But also don't forget, guys, we still will do another Real Housewives of Potomac live conversation where everyone will have access to everyone will have access to the chat. This is just an after show quick live that I wanted to do. And I also will be stopping by Layla Lynn TV tomorrow, along with the Grace Report at 1:30 p.m. Eastern to do a Real Housewives of Potomac conversation. So after that conversation, I know I'm going to have more to say. And I know I have to watch it again because I'm like, Because, watching it the first time and then, you're writing notes, it's not the same enjoyable experience. So I need to go and watch it again. Okay? We'll get into that. Yes. I love surprises. And you know what it is? I don't love surprises for myself. I love to surprise people. That's always been my thing. Don't surprise me. I'd rather surprise other people, to be honest with you. Okay. Let me just get into some of this. So Dr. Wendy, as I reported last week, she took to social media and she believes that the editors had edited her out, saying that she got a BBL to her booty. And it was interesting because this episode, she reveals that she did get some booty. Look, she did get some booty. But it seems as if the only reason why she said it was because Mia really exposed everything that she's gotten done. And I really believe that's why. There's something, but you know what it is? It goes back to the conversations that we've been having about Dr. Wendy. Like, I want to like Dr. Wendy this season. However, Dr. Wendy, she is coming across very insecure. Very insecure. I'm all day. Get your Botox, get your booties, whatever you want to get done. But it is coming across as if she's so self-aware that she's so trying to do damage control when it comes to her relationship with Eddie Asefo. And as if she's trying now, where we learn in this episode that she's hawking candles. I didn't expect that. I didn't see that one coming. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if it smells good, I'm all for it. I love a candle. But it just came out of nowhere. It didn't make sense to what she's done in the past. And I understand some of the things that she's done in the past was because of her mom. Sidebar, her mom is giving me Mama Joyce vibes, and I love it. She said, I want to get a boob job, and y'all going to pay for it, and you have till December. I loved it. 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 So we get introduced to Mia. And I have to say, when they said that they had 3 kids and they were living in a penthouse, and I was like, how's that work? You know what I mean? Because you know how Ashley's home seems a little like they need to get into a house or something or a larger space. But I have to say, that's a pretty large space that they have going on there. As I said before, we got to meet more of her life and what's going on. It seems as if Gordon is a stay-at-home dad now. He's the one who started this franchise. Well, not franchise. I don't think he started franchise, but he owns these franchises, and now she's the one running it while he's at home with the kids. Okay, I'm here for it. I actually like their relationship. It seems playful. It seems authentic. We get to know a lot more about Mia this episode. And this is what I like about a housewife. And she understands the assignment. She is not afraid to tell her story. She's afraid to tell us her real age. I still don't believe 36, but you never know. Could be the work. Sometimes bad work makes you look older. But either way, I like Mia. I like that she's showing so much of herself. And there's more that she's going to bear with us. In this episode alone, we learned that she worked at a strip club. The ladies are speculating that she worked as a stripper. There are a lot of women that work in strip clubs that aren't strippers, y'all. That's not the first time. And they actually do pretty well for themselves in the strip club. But we learned that's where they met each other. So that's where she met her husband. But look, they've been married to how many years? And they're still together, going strong. And their relationship feels real to me. I have to say, we love Karen, but her relationship with Ray, even in this episode, feels a little awkward to watch. You notice how Michael Darby is not showing up a lot? You notice that, especially when it comes to group events? I can see that we're not going to get a lot of Michael Darby, especially if Juan Dixon is not there. Come on, Juan. Come to play with us, please.
What is
that? Oh, Lord. Do you guys like the sound effects? Oh, goodness. If you guys are just joining us, we're talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac. The episode aired this evening. I posted the StreamYard link to our Royal Court members on the community tab, and I see we already have quite a few people backstage. I will be posting the link in the chat so everyone will have access. So shout out to people that are just watching that aren't members. That's okay. I will be posting the StreamYard link so everyone can be a part of the conversation. Okay? Crystal Johnson says, shade. Yeah, a little bit. Nicole says Nicole's face looks, it looks a little rough, but it is what it is. I still like Mia. I think she's doing what we need her to do. Okay? If you haven't liked this video already, be sure to like it. I know someone disliked it before it even started. I'm going to assume it was Dr. Wendy Asefo. I'm just going to assume. All right, let me take a couple of callers. Oh my God. I'm looking at the names. You guys are so messy. Danielle. Luckily, I know your name.
I'm Rejuvenated Bean tonight.
Rejuvenated Bean. Okay. What were some of your favorite moments from tonight's episode?
Getting to learn more about Mia. Mia's my new favorite housewife.
Really? Why?
So far. I like her new energy. I know we don't know her real age, and we can see that she's not telling the truth about that. But
I'm okay with it, though.
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay with it. But I like how open, for the most part, outside of the age, that she's giving us, like she admitted, I worked at the strip club. Did you strip? No, I was a bartender. I met my husband at the strip club. We're this many years apart. I got 2 other kids. I came with a kid. Like she's not being shady except for her age. I'm gonna keep reiterating that, but she's not being shady about who she is and where she comes from.
Yeah, she's giving us a lot. She's giving us a lot, maybe too much.
Is it too much though? Because then we would have questions if it wasn't enough.
No, some people would say it's too much. I think it's what we need for a show. I just want to read this comment because I thought this was interesting. I live in Baltimore. They are huge penthouses at the harbor. Jamal Bryant used to live in the same complex. Oh, I love the tea.
So let's talk about that because when you mentioned Ashley's apartment, because in comparison to Mia's, we thought Ashley had a nice place, and it is. It's in Arlington or Alexandria, Virginia. It's nice, but in comparison to the water view that Mia gives us at the harbor, and we see the camera going to the little girl's room when she was fussing about this not having the sprinkles. She has way more space than Ashley, so it's a whole different tax bracket over there, and it's a different ball game. And Ashley's is down an apartment comparison to the penthouse in Baltimore. So.
And you know who else has a lot of space as well is Karen's house. I know it's rented, but still, it's a big house.
The houses in Potomac are normally a nice size because a lot of the professional athletes stay out there as well as big time businessmen. So they're normally large out there. Because remember, season 1, episode 1, Robin and Juan still had the house from when Juan was with the Wizards.
Oh.
Yeah, go back to season 1, episode 1, when she pulled out her wedding dress when Giselle came over with those jeans with the wings on them. They were still literally living in Potomac.
Wow. Damn. Yeah. Well, do you remember where their new house is going to be? We know?
We don't know where the new house is. I was just able to figure out the house number because it was written on the back of the wall.
I know, and people are talking about you saying that.
But we don't. But just give me some time. Let me keep watching. I can figure it out.
Damn. Let me bring up some people. Let me bring up a familiar face. Dragged by Jamal. Damn.
Yes. I mean, what better name than that?
Well, let's talk about that because they talk there. I guess that's going to be a storyline this season is that her relationship with Jamal is over.
It's been over.
You don't have to say it like that.
I mean, it will pretty much be her storyline. I think her argument back and forth with Karen and the fact that Jamal really just drags her and doesn't care about her. Those are basically her storylines this season.
Yeah.
But Karen didn't lie. She did get dragged by Jamal.
I mean, she did. And can we talk about the West Wing?
Yeah, and I found it very shocking. I was like, oh my gosh, Robin is saying something negative about Giselle. Like, I was completely shocked. It looked weird. Like, I think like if and it's a rancher, mind you, her home. I think she should have done like a Being Mary Jane kind of like rancher style, like just expanded it. Because that is an amazing rancher that's in Atlanta, rancher style home. She should have just expanded the rancher because it looks weird. It looks like somebody's apartment building, that's a house next to another house. It's not very cohesive.
Yeah. Wow.
So I think she should have worked with an architectural group if she had the money.
I was about to say, I was like, does she have the money for that?
Yeah, like hire an architectural group that could have built her an actual cohesive home.
Wait, but the inside. What about the inside? What were your thoughts on everything else on the inside? The outside is a little bit of a mess.
I would love to take her to Westdale, maybe. I don't know. It just reminds me of some of those furniture stores in Jamaica, Queens, or something like that. Like I did not like her. It's just not my style. It's not my style. Like I kind
of let's be beyond the decor, but the renovation. The renovation
is good. I did not like the tile in the shower though. I don't think it matched very well.
Right? I thought the same thing. I was like, I like the tile if they weren't together.
Yeah, it's like it looks like she started with one tile and then maybe it sold out and they weren't making it anymore, so she got a different tile.
Oh, Lord. So, like I said before, if you're just joining us, we're doing a members only chat today. But of course, you can watch us. There will be, when we add other tiers to the YouTube membership, where we will do just an exclusive live for members where you won't know. It's going to be in a secret location.
I do want to say though, real quick about Mia. She may be 36 because a lot of times when you get work done to your face a lot, it can do that. I mean, look at Aubrey O'Day.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like, prime example. You know, so her face just is real. Yeah,
and we're going to see that she kind of lived a rough life. But we're going to see that she kind of lived a rough life because remember, she's going to talk about how she grew up in the foster system.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so the rough life that's why she's got a rough face?
Well, Annie taught us a hard knock life a long time ago. So I just believe that sometimes when people have a hard life, they tend to age a little quicker. That's all I'm saying. And then I to piggyback on what Lonnie said, like with Aubrey, I feel like when you start doing Botox and plastic surgery at a younger age, I think personally it ages you. I don't think it actually, people say they do it to prevent aging, but I don't think it helps prevent because we all know the old saying that black don't crack. And so you shouldn't start fooling with it too early.
Well, black don't crack is not necessarily true.
Well, in my family it is. So I can't
You know what? Guys, let's get to 100 likes, and I'm going to post a StreamYard link. Yes, it's a members only chat tonight, but we will be recapping this again. Of course, official recap. This is just an after show, immediate thoughts on tonight's episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac. I also be dropping by Layla Lynn TV with the Grace Report tomorrow. So be sure to subscribe to Layla Lynn TV here on YouTube to recap The Real Housewives of Potomac with those lovely ladies. That will be at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay, I'll remind you in our community tab as well. All right. Okay, I'm gonna bring up someone else. Finally, Justice, I'm gonna bring you up.
Hey. Kempire, how are you?
I'm well. How are you? What is your reaction? What is your reaction to tonight's episode?
My reaction is actually it was really good. It was a good, solid episode. It had enough drama. It had enough like shade. It wasn't too much of anything. I mean, I think like the highlights was like was Mia's life being shown.
And how do you feel about Mia?
Actually, I'm actually liking her a little better. I mean, I don't really like some of the way she portrays things. Like, you know, like she's like this up and coming businesswoman when really it seems like Gordon just is like letting her just play with like the franchises he already owns with the joint chiropractor. That's what it sounds like. So I don't really appreciate that. I mean, because I think that like lessens the effect of like real black business women. Another thing is that I did like you guys' comparison about Ashley's place and Mia's place, but we have to remember that Mia's place has been established for how many years? Like probably 10 years they've been, you know, establishing that bigger spot, and Ashley's just having 2 kids because, you know, when they were just him and her 3 seasons ago, it was perfectly fine to have that space, and it's probably convenient for his job to be, you know, in that space. And it's way more expensive to live there than it is in Baltimore. Way more expensive.
I'm sure about that, but I just want to backtrack in regards to the businesses. Look, I hear you on that, but it still takes a brain to manage that, to take the reign from him managing it to her managing it. It still takes a lot.
I'm not saying that it's not a lot. I'm just saying like the way she makes it sound is that she built it. She didn't build that. She acquired it. It's the same thing with like all these other families. Somebody died, somebody get dementia, and they pass it along. They don't want to do that no more. They pass it along. So that's what it really is. So, another thing.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
All right. So I didn't really enjoy like the Wendy and Mia like shade back and forth, as I think like Wendy's like bringing on. Like with the way she acted with Ashley and the way she's acting with Mia, I think she's just bringing on her own colorism issue. Like she's coming at these fair-skinned women having problems with them or side-eyeing with these like comments that shouldn't really be comments, or also taking the way she's like looking Instead of just like taking it light and just flowing and, you know, working a room, she just seems to just take it too deep. And then like with the whole, one thing I just never liked on Housewives is just like the whole like pointing your hand at people and like talking and like doing that, and then get mad when somebody does it back to you. Don't point your hand at people. Keep your hands to yourself. You can't talk without pointing your hands.
I'm still trying to understand what it is about Mia that is so triggering to Wendy. Danielle, I want to ask you. Finally, Justice says she feels like it's Wendy's own colorism issue. Do you think it's that, or is it something else?
I do think is that I was just putting that in the comments because a lot of people have been saying that. But we don't so here's what I just hung up with my girlfriend about this because we were just saying this. I don't understand why though, and why is it just towards Mia? Like, why isn't it towards Ashley? Why isn't it toward if anything, you would think she would want to say something the way Karen drug her last season. Just to Robin's point, Karen was like, Wendy, who, degree of what, doctor of what? Like the way Karen drug her last season, and now she's also I mean, I think it's great that they've kissed and made up if that's what's happened, but how do you pick and choose colorism? If you're against it, you got to be against it. You can't just do it based on person. So I think, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish my comment once I finish talking, but I think that she is going to throw that card out there this season with this. We haven't seen it yet, but we already know that Candace tried to last year at the reunion, and Wendy did too, because Wendy was like saying, "Don't call me aggressive" or whatever. But I just, you know, you and I have already had that conversation. I can't stand when people try to use that as their trump card, the whole colorism thing, especially with Wendy, because if her and her mother don't stop playing with the bleach and lightening their skin, you can't come with me.
Allegedly, let me put on my thing because we don't know that for a fact.
Allegedly, these are my assumptions and my opinion. And I'm a caller calling this my opinion. It's not a reflection of the Kempire LLC or no one else. But again, even if it's not bleach, she's not using the right color foundation and concealer.
I believe it's that.
It's still wrong.
I honestly believe. Look, I'm going to give Dr. Wendy some grace here. I think the work that she's gotten done was great. She looked amazing in that red outfit. In that red dress, she looked amazing at Karen's party. We're at 100 likes. Let me post the link. I'm going to go to Lonnie. Lonnie, how did you feel with Ashley and her mom talking about her sex life with Michael?
It was kind of, I mean, I guess if you have that kind of relationship, like my family, like my mom's a bit too conservative for me to kind of have that kind of conversation with her. But I mean, I don't think it was anything wrong. I mean, they have a very close relationship in which they can talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't think that there's anything
Holes and all.
I mean, she got a little graphic, but I mean, again,
that was very uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable for me. I mean, I could never say something like that, like to my mom. She would just she would be literally gripping her pearls. But I mean, they have that kind of relationship that's beautiful, you know. She likes to talk about how she just does other things with Michael. But I mean, hey, it's their relationship. I think it's, I think it's a beautiful thing. That's their relationship. They're very close enough to do that. Not everybody is close enough to their mom and has that kind of relationship to do something like that.
I am definitely not that close to my mom. I don't even have the sex conversation with my mom.
Me either. I can't even say a cuss word in front of my mother.
Me either.
I cannot.
Lord. Finally, Justice, what were your thoughts on... Okay, I want to skip around just a little bit because we got a conversation between Giselle and her daughters, and I love how Giselle's daughter shades her. We need someone on YouTube to make a video of how many times her daughters drag her throughout the seasons. Finally, Justice?
Yeah, I'm here. So,
what were your thoughts on that conversation?
Giselle has these awkward conversations with children. So she's not the person to send to the school to speak to children about anything. I think that they did have the right, way of looking at it. They were trying to be respectful of their mom, which I appreciated. But they also had to just let her know that she just doesn't have the good choices to let anybody know anything about relationships, especially with this fake ship that she's on. Because it's a fake piece of, but I just don't really agree with keeping this narrative going when she could clearly, like, you know, just rent a stripper or something for the show or something. Get somebody good looking. There's plenty of
Like Bolo?
yeah,
Bolo
there's
available?
there's some nice like male strip clubs in like the DC area. Like she could find somebody, just Tinder. She could find somebody just to keep on the show for a little bit and try it out. It's just because that would be less embarrassing than being with like Jamal, who's like dragged you in the past, dragging you now, and you're still trying to pretend like everything's okay when you don't talk to the man. It sounds like, and he doesn't even talk to your children, which is even more appalling.
Oh my God. Well, we don't know that for a fact. Ladies, stay on the line. I'm going to take some callers. All right, guys. I posted the StreamYard link for people to call in. So we're going to take some callers. Callers, please make it brief and to the point because I want to be able to get to everyone and hang up so that other people can call in because StreamYard only allows, I think, like 12 people backstage. I think 10 if you're a certain level too. All right. Dana said, cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. That is a quote from Giselle Bryant. If you're just joining us tonight, it's just a members only chat. But of course, we've posted the StreamYard link for everyone that's watching to be able to call in. So let me just, all right. Oh Lord, I see some people that I know. Cephas, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on?
Hey, good evening, Kempire.
I love how clear you sound because sometimes not everyone has that same clarity. What's going on, Cephas?
Oh, thank you. That's actually going to be my next question, if you could actually hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so two things about Mia and Wendy. So Mia first, I'm loving her so far. It's almost as if the Bravo gods have answered our prayers. And she's like a throwback to the earlier series in the early years in the franchise where she's opulent. She has this really nice penthouse. She has a husband, a family. I'm liking what she's giving so far. And across the board with Ebony, Crystal, Tiffany Moon, Drew Sidora, Bravo's been killing it with the new women, which when you put it into context, is kind of surprising that they're struggling finding new women for RHOP.
Yeah.
To answer your question about what is it about Mia that gets under Wendy's skin?
Yeah.
I think it's her transparency and the comfortability of the skin that she's in. And I'm speaking as an academic. So I find that in academia, there's some people who think that when you introduce yourself as a professor, that automatically, you know, people's eyes light up and they automatically have to like acquiesce to you. And that's not the case with Mia. So she's coming at it like very just matter of fact. She's just very down to earth, although she has all this opulence going for her. And I think that really puts Wendy on the defense because when she had to come into the group, you could see her trying to like maneuver and trying to be really awkward with the group, and she was trying to fit in wherever she could, but it just wasn't working for her because she wasn't being her true authentic self.
Yeah.
But just overall, like this episode was really slanted towards Wendy, and you could see like both implicitly and explicitly like the inner workings of Wendy this episode. So what's really interesting about her is that like just like her dynamic with Eddie versus her dynamic with the rest of the women, you could tell that she really has Eddie whipped and she has him really trained. So that way, like they have one narrative in the public versus another narrative in private, and she's got him to go along with the program, but that's not the case with the women. And that's partially where the awkwardness comes along with her as well, because like it's a very dynamic group of women, and they don't all operate like that. So I think that that's where it's coming from. But I think also it is also just colorism as well. And the thing with colorism, and it's funny because I literally experienced this yesterday, is that as a light-skinned person, you could just be like minding your business, and then a dark-skinned person would just be like, oh, like you think you're all that just because XYZ, you know? I literally had this guy tell me yesterday, like I was a colorist, despite the fact that he's dark-skinned and I was dating him. That's another story. But yeah, so I just think that those two things, I think it's the comfortability and Mia's transparency, along with her just naturally fitting into the girls because she's not trying to put on for anyone. I think that's what really gets under Wendy's skin.
Do you think that Wendy might be a little insecure because Mia is so transparent that and because we're all loving her and we're still on the fence about Dr. Wendy? You think that she's feeling that pressure too?
I think so, because with Mia, she came in hot. Like, she was like, I've done this, and this. My husband's this age. I'm this age. She literally went down the laundry list. And so basically, you couldn't spray her with her own tea. Like, she basically laid it all out there, and she laid it out there in a way that she's comfortable with who she is. And therefore, you can't come back at her later on and try to spray her with her own tea, which, by the way, apparently was set up that they were going to come after Wendy and her marriage last season, but with the fight that just kind of took priority. So now Wendy's really getting her just desserts this season. So yeah, I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah. Any other thoughts before I let you go?
Nope, that's it. I'm just looking forward to your next follow-up with the episode.
Oh, definitely. And just a reminder to everyone, I will be doing another one, another live chat where everyone can join, but I'll also be doing a recap with the Grace Report and Layla Lynn TV tomorrow on Layla Lynn TV's YouTube channel at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to check that out. Thank you, Sifa, so much for calling in.
All right, thanks, Kempire. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Guys, don't forget to like this video if you haven't liked it already. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. I appreciate everyone calling in and being a part of this live tonight. I'm just doing some behind the scenes stuff over here, y'all. I hope you guys are enjoying some of the new things that we've been adding. You know what I mean? Look, we're adding new things. We're trying new things. Stay tuned. I have a lot of things planned for the channel. And if you want to see more of this, as I said before, you get daily and consistent content here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. So subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on anything. All right, I'm going to go to Nahemi. What's going on?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for accepting my call. The episode was really nice. And I like the fact that I'm gonna start with Karen. I like the fact that she was remorseful. She's like, maybe I went a little too much on Giselle, because she's like, well, she's been through so much, and maybe I should have dialed it just a little bit. Okay, Giselle and Robin. Like the scene in her house, and she's still talking about Ray and death. I'm like, come on. You know what I mean? I'm like, I know it's probably like she's joking around, but like,
is she?
I don't know. Like, and Robin, and I'm like, girl, she doesn't, I'm like, what is she doing on the show? You know what I mean? And and honestly, I just don't know what she's doing on the show, you know what I mean? And so it's like, whatever. Even, I don't know if you noticed when in the confession they were asking her about the relationship, she was like, well, I think it just wasn't that serious, so that's why they ended things. And the director was like, really? And so just trying to, they know that Monique just kind of like, yeah. And with Wendy, my goodness, Wendy is reminding me of Monique, just because of the essential oil or candle or whatever.
But in all fairness to Monique was talking about that from the jump, and Monique has a history of talking about this on her podcast years before being on the show. So
I'm just saying in general, like, I feel like she's trying to be the it girl. She probably realized that Monique was right all along. Let me win the audience over. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you noticed with the trailer and her talking, it's giving me Binder Time story. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on.
That's true. I just thought about that.
You see, I'm like, is that Monique? Is that Monique? Is that Monique?
If anything, I think that's the producers stealing from Monique, not Wendy.
Yeah, and then I don't know, you know, from the first episode when Wendy was like, you know, she's not loyal, as in to Mia. And I understand Mia was like, you know, I'm trying to get to know everyone, so that's why I asked for the number. But I just feel like Wendy's just going too hard on Mia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you've had this done and that done, but it's like, Wendy, you've had your butt done, so you can't be talking. You know what I mean? And I think she wasn't expecting Mia to get back with her comeback this fast. So I'm looking forward to seeing their dynamics. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like Mia, she's fresh. She's true to who she is, and she's like, this is who I am. This is how I roll. If you don't like it, whatever. And I think Wendy, with this whole changing her career and getting her boobs done, she's just trying to find out who she is. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And she's with the previous caller. Wendy's trying to figure out who she is, but she's getting mad at Mia and taking that out on her. And I don't know if you noticed in the episode when they asked, "Who would you be intimate with?" or something like that. She told her husband, "You better not say Mia."
Yeah, we saw that.
I'm like, whoa.
And we heard it. Wendy, you're so pressed.
And it's crazy because honestly, I think the internet is kind of like are dragging Wendy because she's coming off. Even when Mia was like, "Well, I asked for the numbers because I want to get to know everyone." And what's her name? Karen was like, "Get to know everyone. Don't let what I know about them get in the way of you building a relationship." And she still wasn't accepting that answer from Mia. So it's like, girl, what are you so pressed about? And I think too, because at this point they're filming, right? Wendy doesn't have like someone she can fight with. It's all about storyline.
Yeah.
She's like, let me get in events, get with Mia so I can, that's my storyline, because she's good with everyone so far. So let's pick on the best. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
All right. Naomi, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for having you guys. Have a good night.
You too. All right. So we had some breaking news. So I said, let me go to Twitter and see what Dr. Wendy has said. Look, I wanted to like Wendy this season. Why is Wendy coming for the new housewife? She knows what it's like to be new. So basically during the episode, the housewives tweet and all that good stuff. So, okay. Oh God, there's just so much that she said here. Where do I start? I'm just going to read some of this stuff to you guys just because not all of this is relevant or necessary. When Mia said, okay, no, let me just write. This is what she says on her Twitter. Let me post this up so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Share screen. Okay, here we are. There we go. All right. Let's see. Oh, Wendy, let's start here. Girl, stop deflecting. I clocked you as a liar and a flip-flopper from the moment I met you, and you've been mad at me ever since. So I guess they haven't gotten over this. Hold on, y'all. First, you don't know your age. Then within 24 hours, you go from having a, quote, good heart to just a pretty face. Then you say you're a bartender when we all know you're a stripper. So many lies, but go off, sis. Oh, Lord. Thanks for what? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me, because she's retweeting people. Mia is so mad that Wendy clocked her ish. Then she says, big mad. All right. I need to read the comments, though. Let me see what these comments are saying. Hold on. Let's go to this comment. Okay. And if you're not following me on Twitter, y'all, follow me on Twitter at TheKempire. Everything on social media is at TheKempire. So be sure to check that out. Hold on. Wait. Let me see. This person says, sweetie, you came for her first. You asked her a question and you responded. At least she's an open book. This is not a good look for you to judge other people's past and situations. Do better. And then another person says, but you lied last season to get credibility and now you're judging someone else. Seems like Giselle's coming at you this season for a reason. And I'm not going against Giselle when these episodes come. Oh my goodness. This person says, as a fan, this tweet isn't it. I know you can do better, Dr. Wendy. Someone says you're doing too much. Go make candles and chill out. Another person says you're better than this. You got your role on the TV show. It's too soon to start something just to get invited back for your third season. You're trying to start something that's not there. #forced. Another person says, is she stripped? So what? She isn't now. You coming off as a hater and you always trying to make the other women look bad. If you have so much of a problem, why be on the show? OMG. Another person agrees with them. Dr. Wendy, you are better than this. I don't know how you think you're being perceived, but it's not good on this. Someone else says, you're coming off jealous. Calm down. At least Mia seems to own who she is. People respect transparency. Another person, last year you shamed stay-at-home moms. This year you shame strippers? Y'all, she's really getting ripped in these comments. Oh my God. Thank you, Danielle, for the tip. Let me get to some other callers. I want to hear what people think about Dr. Wendy. Ugh. I think Wendy is feeling insecure, and she's probably feeling even more insecure because she's seeing, she's watching all these recaps and listening to what people are saying on social media. People are loving Mia because Mia is just herself, and we can appreciate that. We don't get a lot of that from these housewives. Look, exact. Nicole says, "I respect a stripper, not a liar." Joanna says, "Girl, bye. Go make essential oils like Monique. Team Mia." You guys are a mess. Oh, fraud. Can't be trusted. Wendy is a fraud, and Mia has let them all know not to mess with her. I'm here for it. Let me take a couple of callers. Lisa, I'm going to bring you up. Hey.
Hi, Charlie. How you
How are
doing
you?
this evening? Yes. No, my dog had died, passed away. I had to put my dog down. Yeah, he got hit by a car.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I haven't been. I just got on social media like last week, like Thursday. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was on somebody's show, but there any kind of way though. I am. It's something about that Mia. I'm not truly trusting in her yet.
Yeah.
It's something about her. I just don't know. It's something about her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of all this colorism going on. I don't think she's jealous of her or nothing. Like you said, some people just don't match. They might just don't match. You know what I'm saying? And it's just something about Mia. I don't know. I don't truly trust her, baby. It is something I just dislike. I don't know what's going on right there with all the wriggling and all the hair shaking. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like Miss Kevin said, child. You already know you are that wriggling going on like that, baby doll. And I don't blame Wendy. I would have told my husband too. No, no, you dare say Mia, because Mia is a pretty girl. I mean that she is a gorgeous girl, okay? But it's something about that. I mean, I didn't truly like her last week because she was giving too much vibe, honey. Talking about her clitoris and anything like that. I said, oh my goodness, honey. We telling about the private parts already. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. Okay. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling you though. But she seemed like she gonna be I like her being a new cast member though. But it's something like that I just don't trust folks. It's something about her I just do not trust.
Speaking of something that I don't trust, I really do think that Candace is trying to, we speculated that, this whole motherly side they're trying to reshape her image, especially because now she's delving into acting, singing, and doing all this. And I'll say this, I honestly believe that Candace is a decent actress. I've seen her on that Netflix show, and based on what we've seen so far, she is a decent actress. Do you believe her storyline this season?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you don't know what's going on with the mother. The mother probably didn't have time. She probably had to go to work. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. So the kids probably had to come live with Chris and Candace for like a month or so. Because we don't know the dynamics. You know what I'm saying? Where, Candace and Chris probably told their mom, where, we got to be filming. My wife got to go to work.
No.
And the kids be on the show. And your mom said, yes, the kids might be getting paid too. So, hey, make it all what the Carters do. What Beyonce do, huh? Beyonce put everybody in there. She do her little work, honey. She got Jay-Z, she got Blue Eyes, she gonna have the twins. We all gonna make money together, okay? And that same thing with Chris and Candace. Everybody gonna make money. The kids gonna make money. Me daughter gonna make some money. Okay, everybody gonna make some money, okay? And I don't blame them, okay? Do like the Carter do. Do like Mrs. Carter do. Put everybody let everybody make some money, okay? You see, Blue Ivy got a Grammy, don't it? Okay.
Well,
so let the kids get that acting training on. They can probably get an Emmy, okay?
What are you thinking about the other ladies like Giselle and Robin? We haven't talked a lot about them this live.
I mean, it's not, I don't like that. I mean, I just wish Robin started thinking on her own. I wish they would Robin start thinking on her own. Don't do everything Giselle do. Let Giselle and her girls be over there by herself. Stop doing like I ain't, but but I'm gonna tell you something though. I think Robin would have went to that party because it was Juwan, whatever his name is, said, "Nah, I don't want to be a part of it." He went in the house, he said that. He said that loud and clear. Now I believe if he wanted to be a part of it, she would probably went. But he didn't want to be a part. She said, "Well, my man don't want to be a part of it, so where I'm going." You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't know. It just something. I just wish Robin just get it together because I love her. I love her and the boys. I just wish she'd get it together. And don't be all of Giselle last. That's all I say.
Lisa, I
That's all.
appreciate you calling in and weighing in.
I love you, darling.
Thank you
You
so
have a
much. I
beautiful
appreciate
night.
you. Keep your head up,
You have
okay?
a beautiful night.
You
I
too.
will. I will. Thank you.
Bye. All right, guys. I love how y'all slip in my DMs. Let's go to Mia Thornton's Instagram. Let's do that really quickly. Hold on. Let me call this up. Let me pull this up. Let's go to her Instagram because she's clapping back. Look, she's clapping back. So she reposted Dr. Wendy Osefo's tweet. First, you don't know your age. Then within 24 hours, you go from having a good heart to just a pretty face. Then you say you're a bartender when we all know you're a stripper. So many lies, but go off, sis. All right. So this is what she responds in the, oh, Lord. I also see Wendy Osefo's has responded to 10 minutes ago. So she puts, whoo, child, hashtag bothered, hashtag much. And then she says, strippers have way more fun than slithers. Just saying, natural hair flip. Damn. Oh, Lord, we going to natural hair? So Wendy responded. She says, let me slither on through then. No one shamed you for being a stripper. I'm calling you out for being a liar. Okay, I'm going to take some calls because I want to know if you guys think that she's being a liar. I actually really do like, Mia, and I like her husband. And based on what we're hearing, the husband, we haven't seen him show up yet, but we have another show with husbands. Giselle. Is that why you're so pressed, Giselle? Finally, Justice, thank you so much for the super chat. Finally, Justice says this, hey, Kempire, I wish Robin the best in finding a new job because Mia is on the scene and knows the assignment. You about to lose your job. Oh, my God. All right, let me bring up Shantae. Shantae.
Hey.
Okay. What are your thoughts on this whole Mia and Dr. Wendy situation? Already.
Yes, Wendy is doing too much, doing the most without a reason. And she just needs to take it down 1,000 and just stop. Period. Like, stop sign, punctuation period. No. It's just too much. It's like Daniel said, she's trying too hard. And she has been since last season. And I really think it's just she felt like Mia stole her thunder in her home at her party. And what I didn't like what Mia did, because I'm a Mia stan, but she shouldn't, the whole, well, my hand is in your face. Don't meet her where she is, Mia. That's how you win. Just sit there, bat your flutter your eyes, and just continue to just let her be bothered. And continue to let us see it, and continue to let us see you not doing it. That's how you get the upper hand. I'm like, Mia, last week you had the upper hand. Don't go to the gutter with her.
Oh, Lord.
That's where they are. So
I'm here for the gutter.
But I mean, as far as me liking Mia, though, don't go to the gutter unless Wendy goes there and takes you there. You know, like that was unnecessary. So everything else I liked about the episode, well, rather things that stuck out to me.
Yeah.
Loved Giselle's girls checking her and giving her a dose of reality.
Always.
They always do. I'm always here for that. And they were just going like they was doing the dozens or something. Like they was just taking turns. And I'm like, I hope some of that resonated with you, Giselle. As far as just some of it, something. But one thing, I don't know if y'all picked up on it when Karen was over at Ashley's house and she invited her over and she goes, and Michael's welcome in my home too. And I'm like, wait a minute. You just were going hard at Michael last season and season before. So, like you did a whole 180. Like I get you and Ashley, kind of mending or whatever. But the whole Michael's welcome in my home and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, Karen. what's going on. And
they have a show to film. She's trying, and she also has alliances to build.
That too. Candace still harping on last season, and Karen. I don't know. I'm just surprised that the little square tissue didn't make an appearance. That's what kind of surprised me. I'm like, all right, she's grown a little bit, but
do you believe she's trying to do damage control in regards to being around the child, showing more of her career, that kind of thing?
Which I just don't care to see. Like, so I'm over Candace. I've been over Candace. But whatever.
But that's part of the reason why she's doing all of this, because a lot of people didn't think that she should have come back after some of the things that were discovered that she said on social media.
Yeah, and we never forgot.
Oh,
it's there forever. That's who she really is.
Oh.
I mean, nice that she's a great stepmom and all, but too little, too late, in my opinion.
Oh.
Robin. It was very appropriate that we didn't see much of her this episode. That's pretty much just Robin. And
really?
I don't mind Robin. Like, I like her, but I just more so don't mind her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to think now that she would be much more appropriate as a friend of. So who knows? And then it's kind of cringy seeing how Juan was just getting so upset with her for next week, but
and that seems so fake when she was like, "Oh, it's cold. It's a pandemic. What does that guy do with you laying in the bed?"
Right, exactly. So I'm hoping, they can still be friends when that's all over. And so, hey, that's her homie lover friend, and I like Robin though. We like Robin.
I like Robin too, but look, at this point, season 6, you're still giving us the same storyline, and now you're really making it.
Yep, pretty much. And as far as Ashley and her and Michael, she didn't say they weren't at all having sex, but it seems like that's about where it's to go. And like I said, Michael called her out for trying to be calculating and trying to manipulate things. I wouldn't be surprised if she stopped having sex with Michael purposely, knowing he was going to cheat because she's tired and ready to get out. And that's going to be her trump card. He cheated again, blah, 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 because she's got her child support secured. So,
wow.
That's pretty much where I am with that. But Wendy is just, she's like the star for all the wrong reasons. She's really starting to turn into, or has turned into, Nene of the last 4 seasons, and that's just not. I hope she knows that that's not the move, because I don't really care much for Wendy, but I'm like, yeah, you doing it to yourself.
Nicole says Robin was depressed. She spoke about it on her Twitter, but when she was on The Breakfast Club, she said it wasn't depression. So what is it?
She may have been feeling depressed, but it wasn't really dealing with actual depression.
Okay.
That happens. So.
Okay. Shante, thank you so much for calling in. All right, I'm going to take a couple more callers. If you're just joining us, this is a members-only live chat, but we're talking about tonight's episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac. If you haven't liked this video yet, be sure to like it. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. And subscribe to the channel because you're getting daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, and reality TV live recaps here on the channel. Don't forget, we will be recapping Potomac on Layla Lynn TV on YouTube. You guys know. Look, and I'll be posting on my social media links to that tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. All right, Simone, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. Hey.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me. I just wanted to say, Wendy, for someone who didn't want to be considered aggressive, she really is behaving in an aggressive manner. I mean, and it's completely inappropriate. She's a beautiful woman. She's an intelligent woman. The way she has to show her insecurities, I wish that she could just see that. It doesn't look good on her. It doesn't.
And apparently all the fans are dragging her for it on social media.
Yeah, because we want more from her. I mean, she looks great. She's clearly had work done. No problem with that. But it's the internal that's all messed up. The insecurities are there. And they show, and for such an intelligent woman, I can't believe that she doesn't see that. I mean, that she doesn't see how that behavior is coming off. So I don't know. I was rooting for Wendy Osefo for a while there, but I think if she's going to keep playing the same old games, they're going to call it like they see it. The other thing that I wanted to say is Giselle has really backed herself into a corner. I think that she has allowed the producers to make her the evil one, the constant antagonist, and it's not going to work out for her. Like in the very first episode when she walked in and she doesn't even know Mia and she's like, who's that bitch? And referring to her as a bitch already. Giselle has pegged herself as the evil one, and seeing that she really can't do a read, she's left herself wide open for attack. So Wendy and Giselle, they need to do some work this season.
Oh, Simone, I appreciate you calling in. Any other thoughts before I let you go?
Nope, just loved your show, and I can't wait to keep posted, see what you got going on.
Thank you so much, Simone. Appreciate you. Wendy's old body. I'm not saying that. That's the name of the person. And I think I don't know if it's the same person. Is this someone that's called in before?
Of course it's someone who's called in before. I got to keep you on your toes, Kempire.
I'm like, wait, is this? Okay, yes, Wendy's old body.
Yes, this is Wrong Road Jr. Hope Miriam's in the chat. Yeah, Wendy, wrong road, baby. Literally wrong road. And I actually like Mia. I think she reminds me of when Housewives started, where they kind of like these women who were just outrageous and just was honest and truthful. So she's starting to work on me a little bit, and I appreciate that. I'm like, finally, someone who's authentic. But I'm like, Wendy, like, I think you need to let your plastic surgery scars settle in and really not come for these girls. You're not Giselle. You're not a light-skinned bandit. Like, stay true to who you are. And as far as for Giselle and Robin, not for nothing, I can't wait till they come out with their OnlyFans. That will be a thing that will be worth, seeing. Come on now, because Robin seems like she's, the butch in a relationship, and that's okay, Robin. She really wants to be with Giselle, and I think Juan is kind of doing this thing with side, and also being a side piece for Michael. So it's all in good taste.
What is happening here? Any other thoughts? Wendy's old body.
Yes. Candace, the PR is not working. We know who you really are. I think you just changed your therapist from your mother to someone else, so maybe they're getting through, but still, it's okay. Love Karen, love Ashley, but the whole placenta eating, that's a bit interesting, but I'm not going to judge her, especially if it's going to help her with her postpartum depression. I want to see her do well after, bringing life into this world.
Definitely. Wendy's old body, I appreciate you calling in and being always so entertaining.
All right. Thank you, Kempire. Take care, guys.
Bye. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to take some last minute thoughts. And here are my last minute thoughts, because when y'all call in, y'all just take things over. No, here are my last minute thoughts. I thought it was a solid second episode. The ladies of Potomac are bringing it, and I love the conversations that we're having in the chat. If you're watching the replay of this live, let me know your thoughts of this second episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac. How would you rate it? Was it a 10? Was it a 7? I think it was a solid episode. I loved Karen's love lunch. I thought that was perfect. And I love the game that they played. And I just want to ask these ladies some last minute thoughts on the game. Danielle, what did you think of the game and some of the things that came out in regards to the relationships?
I thought the game was cute. I thought it was interesting that Karen came up with those questions, but I thought it was cute. I appreciated how almost everyone answered honestly. And I say almost everyone because it means Wendy didn't answer honestly after she tried to tell Eddie what to say and how to answer the question. So there's that. But I thought it was fun. I always think that's a cute, fun game with couples. Yeah, I enjoyed that part. But wait a minute, we totally forgot to talk about the slight shade humor when little baby Dean started crying as soon as he looked at Karen.
That wasn't the shadiest part. The shadiest part was when Ashley said she has a new face every time she sees her.
But I was wondering, did baby Dean, because he woke up on his own. We heard that. We heard him through the monitor. But then when he saw her, was it that he wasn't getting the right vibe from her? Does he recognize Karen's full of crap?
He doesn't know her.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yes, he doesn't know her.
She just scared him because she did. Oh, well, I guess some babies are like that. I don't know. But yeah, I thought tonight was a great episode. On a ranking of 1 to 10, 10 being the greatest, I would probably give it like a 9 or 9.5. I'm going to go back and watch it again. As soon as we get up. And I feel like I'm going to figure out some more things. Okay, so let's go to the beginning. That whole nipple eating cupcake scene, we could have left that out. And
I agree.
Just when the stuff that Wendy is saying. So I kept reading the comments while the other calls were calling in on Mia's page, because Mia's still responding to people. And Wendy has finally stopped.
Because she was getting dragged.
Because she was getting dragged. It is no point for that. Like, Wendy, what are you doing? Last year we didn't like you because we felt like you were jumping in everyone's business and not knowing your place. It was too early for you to be in everyone's business and then you kept throwing around your 4 degrees. So we didn't like you last year for that. So this year, not once, or this season, she hasn't said anything about her degrees. Okay, great. So you saw the memos, you saw all the comments, you stopped talking about your degrees. But you're still jumping in, going down people's throat for no reason. I'm wondering if that's just who she is.
No, I think it's making me believe that all the rumors that she did whatever she could to be on this show.
So here's the other thing I thought about too, and I put in the comments way earlier when we first started this live. I'm wondering, remember the alleged rumor about Eddie sleeping with someone from work that was supposed to be a white woman? What if it wasn't? What if it wasn't? What if it was someone that looked like Mia?
Oh. What?
What if it was someone who was favored Mia? Like, what if it was like a tall, light-skinned woman with weave and plastic surgery? What if it was someone who favored Mia, and that's why she's so against this?
And that's why people are calling her a white woman, but she's not necessarily white.
Right.
Like this woman. Hold on. Y'all know I have her in the back. Hold on. She's here somewhere. Where that white woman at? Hold on.
Leave little Jessica alone.
Jessica is just happy to be talked about. Right, Jessica?
Leave little Jessica alone. And you brought her up. We're not even talking about that city, but leave her alone.
Jessica's just happy to be talked about.
She is. But so is Wendy. Wendy's happy to have somebody talking about her too, because obviously Eddie wants to go try to talk to Mia, and Wendy didn't like that.
Oh Lord!
But I can't.
Any other thoughts before I let you go?
I can't wait to see what's going to come next week, because it's more coming. We see that, and yeah. Good night. I'm going to bed.
Thank you, Danielle. Last minute thoughts, Lonnie.
This has been like such great commentary. I have been laughing the entire show at people's like comments and everything. It's been so entertaining. Overall, I mean, Wendy definitely is trying too hard. And I think like when she came into this and she got that renewal, she's like, you know what? I got to bring it. So I can really be impactful on the show, so they'll want me year after year after year. And I think she's being outbeat by Mia. And it's kind of just like that competitiveness of like, I want to, be the breakout one on the show. And Mia is like winning, yards ahead. And if you really look at a lot across the board, many of the housewives, the ones that act truly like themselves are always the ones that end up being the favorites.
Yeah.
So and she's being herself, and it comes across so refreshing for us to see someone just be themselves, because it comes off authentic, and you don't make yourself end up looking like a fool, because when you try to be something that you're not, like Wendy is doing this season so far, you come off looking like a fool, and people see that, hence why you got dragged in the comments.
Dang, Wendy.
So it's she, hopefully, maybe, I don't know, this is only the second episode, maybe they'll be, she'll flip it around, but her hubby definitely would have gone after Mia for sure in that game.
Yeah,
for sure. So I think she needs to like kind of get it together. We'll see what happens. So, but I think overall, like this episode, if I was to rate it, I would say about a 7 out of 10. I think there's a lot more to come that will give higher numbers.
Okay. All right. That was I like the critical mind there. All right. Thanks, Lonnie.
Thanks,
Appreciate you. All right. Shout out to all of our members. Again, tonight was a members only live chat, but of course you can watch it. But we will be adding a new tier to our Kempire Daily YouTube membership where we will have our own chats in a secret, undisclosed location. So be sure to become a member. You can become a member at TheKempire.com, or if you're on a computer and you're under the video, just click the join button. For the low price of $2.99, you can become a Team Kempire member. And of course, loyalty badges and emojis come with that. And then as you upgrade, you get other perks. And I like surprising you guys with additional perks. Shout out to everyone that joined today. Shout out to everyone that called in. Shout out to everyone that sent in a super chat. And shout out to my mods that were here helping hold down the chat. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget, I will be on Layla Lynn TV tomorrow with the Grace Report for another Real Housewives of Potomac recap. And you know, sometimes when I sleep on these shows, I have new thoughts. So stay tuned for that tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern on Layla Lynn TV. More than likely, it will be next week on my channel. So if you're not subscribed to any of us, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on anything. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I appreciate you all being a part of the conversation. And thank you to everyone for being here. Have a fantastic evening. Tomorrow is a new day. Let's make it great. I'll talk to you guys later.